Hello and welcome to my videos. I'm going to be showing you how to play $15 turbo SnGs. And both of them started up around the same time, which is good. Hope my recording technology works better than last time. Sort of cropped everything. Well, it didn't crop enough actually. Anyway, so I'm going to be playing two $15 turbo SnGs. I don't really recognize anybody here. I'm trying to see if there are any multi-tablers, and looks like there are a couple. So we'll have to keep an eye out for them, because usually when people play more than one table, they're more than likely better than the players who are playing less tables, or only a single table. So here's a spot. I raise a pretty wide button range, especially early on. A lot of players will just tell you to play tight early on, but I like to mix it up a lot. So start off with an opening raise, 3x, pretty standard for this early on in SnGs. Luby Mauve 591 just 3-bet me, but min 3-bet me. So I'm getting nearly 5-1 on a call here, so I'll probably call and take a flop in position. And I hit probably the best possible flop ever. So hopefully he continues here. Continues. There's no reason to raise here. I mean, I could be getting him in aces, kings, queens, but I don't really want to chase away my action, and by raising, that's exactly what I'll do, so a call here is just fine. Plus all these draws that are picking up are probably, they might even connect with him, so this could be good. Hoping he has something like Jack King. So again, he bets, easy call. Still out of position. If I were out of position, I probably would have raised the turn, check raised, instead of just letting him bet and just calling him down. But on the river here, he bets 260, so I mean, there are some hands he has that actually do have me beat, like queens full, tens full, but I have a blocker for the 10. But there's so many worse hands here, like aces and kings, and ace queen, and even ace 10, so it's an easy shove. And hopefully I'll get looked up with worse. He ends up folding, so I doubt he had too much of a hand there. And the very next hand I pick up pocket queens. Very strong hand. Still haven't gotten much at this table, but you know, it's early on. The blind structures, it moves up every 5 minutes, so there's a lot of still a fair bit of time for action to have. Also, I want to show you the payouts in these games. So 6 people enter, and it's $15 to enter, and only the top 2 get paid. Second place gets about double what they entered with, and first place gets 55 bucks. And yeah, it's a pretty good payout. I mean, the rake is still pretty high out here, but not insane. So checks, so an easy bet here. Calls me. Okay. He has a lot of tens in his range. He pretty quickly checked there, so I'm not too worried. So I'm gonna lead out. Again, if he shoves, I might have to fold, but tough spot. 5 in the river, very harmless card. I think this is a good spot to go for some value. How much is the question? If he has a 10, I think I can get paid pretty well, so I'm gonna go 400 and fold to a shove. Picking up some good hands here. Resist to 40. I'm just going to make an ISO 3-bet. It accomplishes a few things. First off, it chases away a lot of other players from entering the pot here, which will isolate me from him. And second, I'll have the lead going to the flop. Obviously, if anyone 4-bets, it's a pretty easy fold. But good thing I got ISO'd. Here he just limped, and again, I want to I think I probably am ahead of him here. I actually want to build a pot because I'm going to c-bet pretty much any board. And again, I'm just running pretty good right now, so I'll lead up for 100. And here, as I said, didn't hit anything, but have a straight draw and continue. He folds, good. 8-9, fold. Actually, probably would have went behind if this guy just limped instead of ISO'd, but he ISOs. Oh my god, rake ends up folding. This guy opened shove for about 50 big blinds, a little too tilty, probably a little pissed off from the hand he lost to me. So we have three people. Yeah, we have three people who are playing both games. So a fair bit of regs, or at least semi-regs at these tables. Easy fold here. Folds to me. Gonna open 3x, still standard for now. I mean, if once I'm at the $30 games, I probably would open a bit smaller, like 2.5x in the spot, but 3x is fine. You don't want to get too many callers when you're opening. So I lead, he calls. This is a weird spot actually. I mean, if I put him on a pair of nines, would another bet take it down? No. Do I think he was floating there, or had a flush draw, which would mean I should bet again? Could have been, but I really don't like the spot to continue because I think I'll just be burning money. I might call the river here. He checks the turn, and I check back. I check the river now. It's a really weird spot. I opened and he just called, and he checked back the turn with the flush draw on board. I mean, he could just be getting stubborn here with a hand who just doesn't believe that I had anything when I bet on the flop, which is what I'm sort of putting him on. He bet about half the pot here. I think I have to call. It's a pretty thin call, but I'm going to make it. And he did end up calling me on the flop with a flush draw, didn't get there, and bet on the river. Said nice call, so thank you. I generally try to not be an asshole online, so, you know, if people are saying nice call or nice hand or whatever, you know, just give a nice little response back. I mean, you know, put out good energy into the world, get good energy back. Jack 9 suited. It's actually a hand that flops really well, so that's why I decided to open it. It's not like a premium hand by any means, but, you know, sometimes you'll get some interesting flops. Here's an interesting spot. He called pre-flop and then min-donk bet out into me. It's usually a blocker bet, probably has a draw, king-queen, jack-queen, and he just doesn't want me to raise it up. I just have too much equity here, so that's why I'm going to barrel the turn. I'm going to probably shut down the river if I miss, because I don't see him calling me on two streets and folding the river, even to a shove. And I end up hitting on the river, so pretty easy spot here for a shove. I mean, I built the stack out, the pot up perfectly for a shove here, so I will make it. Hope he calls me with worse. I don't think he's calling, or there's not too many better hands he can have. I don't know what he has here. It might be a weak ace even. I mean, if they're calling me on the flop and turn, I have to think it's a weak ace, or maybe even ace 8, or 10-8. 10-8 is actually, 10-8 is a very possible hand, I think. But he ended up folding the turn on the river. I get an open limp, and I could pop it up to 150 here, but I really don't want to get called by him because I don't want him to feel like he's priced into call, and then he'll call, and I'll have a $600 pot with just ace 7 offsuit out of position. Not the greatest spot. I'm going to check. I could lead at this because I might have the best hand here, and I would probably just want to get this down now, but nothing happens there. I don't think betting into three people is really wise, even though I have what is possibly the best hand here. This guy's tanking for a while. If you min bet, this is, you know, I think a case could be made for calling here. And I really don't think I'm getting raised from behind very much, and I might have the best hand, so I will call. Here I'm going to raise and fold to a shove. He bet so small, and this is